Santa Cruz versus Tank Davis for 100 and 130 and the 135-pound title, WBA version. All I gotta say is, man, karma's a bitch, ain't it? Karma's a MF, straight up and down. The man Leo Santa Cruz, I have no problem with the guy. I've always thought he's a good guy. You know what I mean? Man's a family man. I'm saying he's a humble guy. You know what I'm saying? The man, and like I said, watching the 2 episodes of All Access, the build up for this Javante Davis versus Santa Cruz fight, it just reaffirmed my feelings and thoughts towards about Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I mean? The man's a family man. He's a humble guy. He never talks bad about anybody. Well, the man just goes in there and fights whomever is basically handpicked for him. You know what I mean? Obviously, I mean it's obvious. Whomever's handpicked for him, right? Man like Santa Cruz, well, I say karma's a bitch. Look, man, Santa Cruz, good guy and all right, but he's done disservice to boxing fans, real boxing fans. Now, those of y'all who are all about follow the dollar, like Leo Santa Cruz basically did by taking this fight with Tank Davis, this ain't even directed to y'all because y'all don't even count. Y'all some casuals. I'm a hardcore and I like to see the best fight the best. And that's not what I got last night. Not at all. What we got was a fight with 2 guys who were basically unproven in their respected weight class, whether that's 135, where Tank is definitely unproven, and also at 130. But this ain't about Tank. Leo Santa Cruz has cheated us boxing fans of 2 legacy type of fights in order to take this fight. I guess he followed the blueprint of Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? You check it. You see, these type of guys are not real Mexican warriors like people are claiming they are. It's crazy how people are giving this guy. It's all of a sudden USA. What USA? America's turning into England or something? We love a second place guy. Like, oh my gosh, he fought so well. He got great effort, man. He made millions last night, and is that what this is all about? He made millions. How about you? You ain't getting a piece of that. And you probably shelled out 70, $80 for the pay-per-view, which is all well and fine. Support boxing. But the man Leo Santa Cruz cheated us of legacy fights just like the man Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? And guess what? They all paid for it. Only difference is Mikey Garcia was a little smarter than to go toe-to-toe with Errol Spence. But with that being said, he still fought like a pussy because the man ain't want to engage. Now, if you want to say Leo Santa Cruz got balls, he's an Azteca Mexican warrior because the man went all out and threw them 3 straight right hands that didn't even catch Tank Davis. 2 of them he parried, he caught on the gloves. Then he shot that vicious left uppercut, a punch that he had been doing all night. A punch that Tank Davis was throwing all night, right or left hand. Some caught the man, some whisked by his ear, others were so wide, Tank just basically missed everything. He looked like, you know what I mean, just basically, you know, just missed everything. Yeah, but it was only a matter of time, especially when the man Leo Santa Cruz started trading toe-to-toe, blow for blow with Tank Davis. I was like, oh no, Slim, you about to get clocked. You about to get clocked straight up and down, and started in round 4 because I gave Leo Santa Cruz the first 2 rounds. Through 5 rounds, I had it 3-5 for Tank Davis. So I had Tank Davis winning rounds 3, 4, 5, 6. Not only did he separate him from his senses, looked like he almost killed the man. You know what I mean? Now, when I say karma's a bitch, Leo Santa Cruz, you did it to yourself, my G. We're going to first talk about the latest guy he ducked. Remember, I've said it before, and you probably ain't never heard this from anybody else's YouTube boxing channel. Tank Davis hadn't fought a black dude, a brother, since he fought the South African guy. Forgot his name right now, Mabuzu or something. A South African guy that he fought for his first world title. I believe that was in 2012. 2012 when he got his bantamweight strap. You know what I mean? IBF. Vacant title of that. Now that's the last time he fought a black dude up until last night when he fought the man Tank Davis. Who'd he duck in the process? He ducked the unification at featherweight with Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? I could get into it, and I will. Look, that fight basically last night between Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz was a battle of the Gary Russell duckers. Two individuals who decided to duck Gary Russell and fight each other for a pay-per-view. Basically freeze out the man Gary Russell, who wasn't there just begging for a fight like he's a nobody. The man is a champion. Has been held that WBC world title since 2014. Nobody's even come close from snatching that joint from him. You know what I mean? I guess people are just waiting for him to be slipping, looking old, and that's when they're going to lick their chops and say, yeah, it's about that time. Kind of like what Canoli did with Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what Canoli did with Miguel Cotto. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you, dogs. These guys, Leo Santa Cruz, you ain't going to come and tell me these guys are Mexican Azteca warriors. Because guess what? His pops was in his corner. I watched the All Access. His pops gave him the motherfucking blueprint on how to beat this guy. Did the Leo Santa Cruz follow the blueprint? Did he follow the instructions? Did he follow the game plan? Absolutely not. Did he make any adjustments after going toe-to-toe from round 4? No, he didn't. Now, he got caught with some vicious punches in round 6. And it was only a matter of time. I seen it. I seen it coming. He got caught with some mean punches in round 6. And that's when he started throwing punches like he's fighting on the streets, like basically get this dude up off of me with his back towards the ropes. Throwing 3 straight right hands. Out of position, too. You know what I'm saying? He was out of distance. And that's why karma's a bitch. Because you can't go on in boxing ducking legacy fights like you did with Gary Russell, a unification. You have history with Gary Russell Jr. from the amateurs. They fought numerous times, and the man Gary Russell taxed that ass, whooped that ass multiple times. Leo Santa Cruz ain't want that smoke in the pros. What type of Mexican Azteca Warriors type of stuff is that? You know what I mean? Come on, Slim. Come on, guys got to choose their words wisely. You know what I'm saying? Never before, up until last night, have I heard people talking about the man Leo Santa Cruz is a Mexican Azteca warrior. I'd never heard that shit before. But last night when he gets put to sleep, all of a sudden the man's a Mex. Don't give me that, man. I'm not buying that. That's what y'all try to do with the man Leo Santa Cruz. Mikey Garcia. That's what y'all tried to do with the man Kell Brook when he went up 2 weight classes to fight Triple G, when there was a unification already made that they reneged with the Jesse Vargas at the time, who was a WBO champion. WBO and the IBF unification was supposed to be with the man Kell Brook. He fought Triple G. Y'all said this man's a warrior, and he ain't ducking fighters at 140 pounds, 47 pounds. How could he be ducking them when he went up 2 weight classes? I don't believe in that. At the end of the day, there's big money always. The incentive is money. But boxing is a business disguised as a sport. You know what I'm saying? So obviously he took the money to fight Triple G, but jeopardizing his undefeated record, jeopardizing his health at that. And he ain't never been the same since. You heard? Man like Mikey Garcia, he ducked Lomachenko. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. And guess what? This is the difference, though. Although I slightly heard it also but very seldom, slightly. Before Mikey Garcia fight Errol Spence, I had slight little argument with this guy I know from Twitter. We know each other personally, and he's a good dude, man. He doing this thing with his sports podcast for the DMV. You know what I mean? You check a big Redskins fan. He interviews um, a lot of local talent, whether it's Redskins, local basketball players, whatever. Now he was trying to tell me Mikey Garcia got heart. It's like how the fuck he got heart when he ducking Lomachenko with two straps. That was supposed to be for undisputed at 135. You see how long the man Lomachenko had them two straps? I mean, Jorge, he had Lomachenko had the WBA and IBF. I'm sorry, WBO and WBA. Mikey took that IBF joint up off of Robert Easter, and he already had a WBC when he knocked out Dejan Slatikin or Zlaticanin, however you call his name. Okay. Now, why did Mikey go ahead for that unification? Because he got a pay-per-view finally. That's why these guys are not no Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera, Julio's, what's his man's name? Marquez. These Mexican guys like Errol Spence. I'm not Errol Spence. Mikey Garcia and Leo Santa Cruz, the Abner Marises of the world. These guys are not cut from that cloth. I'm trying to tell you, they ain't cut from that cloth of the Salvador Sanchez's, Carlos Zarate. These guys were proud Mexican Azteca warriors. You know what I mean? You see, this man Leo Santa Cruz ducked Gary Russell in a unification, and what was he talking about? Which was completely a total lie when he kept saying, "Oh, people think I only fight tune-up fights, so I decided to fight Javante Tank Davis to show people I'm not scared." Get the F up out of here. You fought that man because you about to get a big payday. And the purses, I'm not sure what they are. I got to look that up. Got to do my homework on that. But you got your first pay-per-view, just like the man Mikey Garcia did. Yeah, Al Heyman is the advisor for Leo Santa Cruz. And Leo Santa Cruz has been the best Mexican commodity on the PBC under Al Heyman. As a matter of fact, one of Leo Santa Cruz, I think maybe his firstborn, is named Alan after Al Heyman. He named him strictly off of Al Heyman. Yeah. But you see all that ducking you was doing? Ducking Gary Russell, they fed you to the wolves. And the wolf happened to be a guy from Baltimore from the 410 from the west side, Javante Davis. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what happened to Leo Santa Cruz. Karma's a bitch, man. You remember how the man Leo Santa Cruz ducked Gary Russell, right? Yeah, well, he ducked Guillermo Rigondeaux too at 122 pounds. As a matter of fact, he did a round robin with all the guys available at 126 who decided to duck at 122 super bantamweight who decided to duck Guillermo Rigondeaux. They decided to do a little round robin and fight amongst three people and freeze the man out. Leo Santa Cruz fought Abner Maris twice. We ain't even want to see him fight him the first time. Because the man Abner Maris ain't got no nuts. He ain't got no balls. He never went back to try avenge his loss. He got knocked out by old Johnny Gonzalez. And I'll never forget because I was so elated. Y'all was elated last night when the man Tank Davis slumped this dude, Leo Santa Cruz. Hey, it was shocking. I got up off my seat. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Just like Emmanuel Stewart was saying when Berto fought the man Victor Ortiz. Yeah, I was elated like that. Well, I was more elated when the man Johnny Gonzalez knocked out Abner Maris in the first round. Old Johnny Gonzalez, who had some losses, former champion, wasn't supposed to win that fight. And he knocked him out cold, smooth the fuck out. And the man Abner Maris never avenged that loss. The man Gary Russell fought Johnny Gonzalez and knocked him out. Slumped, he dropped him with that right hook numerous times. Abner Maris never even uttered the man Gary Russell's name. I'm saying, didn't even want to get his WBC Mexican strap back. Are you serious? Now, Leo Santa Cruz, that's why I said I ain't give a fuck about that fight, Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mares. They fought once, they fought twice. I ain't even care about both of them fights, especially the second time. Nobody asked for that. That was two fights in order to duck Guillermo Rigondeaux. Another thing that the man did, Leo Santa Cruz, was fight Carl Frampton twice. You know what I'm saying? He fought him twice, and I ain't gonna lie, I was happy as F when the man Leo Santa Cruz lost that fight to Carl Frampton. Some people I remember were saying that they thought that Leo Santa Cruz won that fight. I had it 8-4, have it 8-4 till this day. The second fight was definitely a Leo Santa Cruz win, you know what I mean? But the point is, those two fights were with Carl Frampton, also a guy who fought with Scott Quigg, two guys who ducked Guillermo Rigondeaux. Then you fight Leo Santa Cruz. So, hey, man, karma's a bitch, man. And you got what was coming to you, Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I mean? Straight up and down. You check it. You know what I'm saying? So you fans out there, you ain't gonna come talk to me talking about this guy's a Mexican Azteca warrior. That's what you're not gonna do. None of these guys are. As far as these guys you claim who are, I give it to Gallo. He's a real Mexican warrior. Never ducked nobody. Fought Quadras twice. Beat the Rung Vasai twice. About to fight Chocolatito in 2021 for the second time after a classic fight that they had in their first fight at 108 pounds. That's the real Azteca warrior. We're not even going to talk about Cannoli. Cannoli and Mexican Azteca warrior, those words, they don't mix like oil and water. They just don't mix. They don't go together. They don't go together. You know what I'm saying? That's like duck. No, they don't relate. You know what I'm saying? You check it. So Leo Santa Cruz, man, he deviated from the game plan. Decided to trade there, do some foolish shots. Tank Davis just timed his ass with that left uppercut, man. His power hand. And Tank got power in both hands, and he laid him out, man. You check it. Now, this doesn't change my feelings about Leo Santa Cruz outside of the ring. He's done some bitch assness in the sport of boxing, but because look, this guy is what he's considered a 4-division champion. Are you serious? You know how many 4-division champions, different weight class champions we've had in boxing? There's not many. There's Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, Tommy Hitman Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard. Who else? That's 5 I've mentioned. What's Mikey Garcia? What? 126, 130, 135, 140. He's also a 4-division champ. Just like Leo Santa Cruz. What about Cannoli? Cannoli is 154, 160. Has he won a legitimate 168-pound title? I don't think he has. So, no. So he's a 3-weight champion. Let him tell it. He's on some Henry Armstrong shit. That's what they try to promote with that farce of a fight that versus Kovalev. You know what I mean? They tried to compare him to Henry Armstrong, talking about holding 3 belts simultaneously, when one was a fugazi ass WBA Reggie belt that he beat off of Bill Wennington, aka Rocky Feldon. So how ironic is it that it's Cannoli, Mikey Garcia, and Leo Santa Cruz is probably in boxing history are the most fraudulent 4 different weight class champions we've ever had in the history of boxing. That's not a coincidence, y'all. It's not. You know what I'm saying? What's Durant? 135, 147, 154, 160. He's also a 4 weight class champion, but his joints are legitimate, unified, undisputed at 135, 147, first man to beat Ray Leonard, 154, beats Davey Moore, beats him to a bloody pulp, 160 but he did drop it, Iran Barkley. He's a legit. So you ain't gonna come and tell me these guys are Mexican Azteca warriors when they can't even hold a candle to guys like Eric Morales, Juan Manuel Marquez, Marco Antonio Barrera, even guys like Humberto Soto. These guys are more Azteca Mexican warriors than the man Leo Santa Cruz and Mikey Garcia. Them fellas stepped into the ring with a killer by the name of Vic Darchinyan. Bad man, Vic Darchinyan. Them fellas, Leo Santa Cruz has never, ever, ever fought the best of the best in any division he's campaigned at with them four fraudulent four different weight class titles that he's amassed in his 14-year career in boxing. But like I said, this is nothing personal against the man, Mikey Leo Santa Cruz. I genuinely think he's a good dude. You know what I mean? As far as a family man, humble dude, you know. The man, I got no problem with them. Never have, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But as far as boxing, he's a guy that I've had some issues with for a very long time. For a very long time, going back to like 2013, you know what I'm saying? PNC King, what the deal? PNC's in the chat. He says, I was what? Oh, Johnny upset was nice too. Johnny Gonzalez upset, man. How he knocked that man out in one round was a thing of beauty. Garden of Love says Ryan gonna kill Tank. I don't no Ryan. I mean Garden of Love. I don't know where you think you at, man. I don't know where you think you at. This ain't the channel be talking that kind of hyperbole. This is not that type of channel, my G. We deal with facts over here. Talk to me about Ryan Garcia after he fights the man. He has a fight coming up. He don't even have a world title. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia, no. No, that's what we're not going to do. Let that man get through Luke Campbell. Then we could have a conversation about that guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're not going to do. No hyperbole over here. Oh, Mr. Doc. Oh, my man, Mr. Doc, man. Big up Mr. Doc. How could I forget? You see, Mr. Doc just put it out there, man, and I totally forgot about this guy. And I'm glad you even brought that up because you see the title. When I say San Antonio Alamodome double standards, Mr. Doc is basically going to help me segue into that, all right? So Mr. Doc says, and big up to Mr. Doc, salute. He says, LOL, Broner is a four-way champion. Absolutely, Broner's a four-way champion. But he's on the same level as far as his world titles like Leo Santa Cruz, Mikey Garcia, and them, you know what I mean? Fraudulent ass titles, you know what I'm saying? Who's the best man that he beat? Okay, he won a title at 130, 135 when he beat DeMarco, 140 when he beat Alakadbidiev, and 147 when he beat Paulie Malignaggi. We're going to throw him into that category. We ain't going to dissect all them opponents. We're going to put him in that same category as the man Leo Santa Cruz and them, these fraudulent ass, watered down paper champions. You know what I'm saying? Now, thanks for Mr. Doc helping me segue into this. Now, this hypocrisy I was talking about in the double standards is, you seen the man, look, the Alamodome, if you know anything about the Alamodome, that's a big-ass fucking stadium. You know what I'm saying? It probably hosts 60,000 seats. That arena is where the San Antonio Spurs used to play back in the 90s with David Robinson and Sean Elliott. And this is before Tim Duncan and them. Avery Johnson, the general. You know what I mean? Even Dennis Rodman was there for like 2 years on the Spurs. You know what I mean? That's when he started to get weird with the tattoos and the dyeing his hair and the nail polish and shit. You know what I mean? San Antonio Alamodome, till this day, it holds probably the biggest, not probably, definitely the biggest like bull racing or You know how these people in Texas, they'd be doing them bullfighting, matador stuff, and how they have the cowboys sitting on top of the bull and they be going crazy and stuff. You know what I mean? Bull riding. They do that over there in the Alamodome. Okay, so it's a big arena. That's why they were able to sit 11,000 people who bought their ticket to watch that Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz live. You know what I mean? But this is what I'm talking about right here, right? When Leo Santa Cruz got knocked out, and look, man, what they did was noble. What the fans did over there for the man Leo Santa Cruz, as they should, because it was a pro-Hispanic Mexican crowd, right? They clapped and cheered for the man, you know what I'm saying? Because the man got up, as they should. Just like in football, when a man gets injured, let's say, like, let's say it's the Dallas Cowboys play. That's probably a bad example because Cowboys and Redskins, they hate each other. Let's just say Pittsburgh Steelers versus Redskins, and the game is in Washington D.C. and the Pittsburgh Steelers player gets injured. They put him on the cart, you know what I mean, and to take him back to the locker room because the man's injured. Like let's say how Dak Prescott, even Dak Prescott, where the game was at in Philly, they go and cheer for you and clap for you. Like man, you'll be all right, sport. You know what I mean? Now, what the San Antonio fans did was noble. They cheered for the man Leo Santa Cruz. He did get up from that horrific KO, right? Now, they cheered for the man, you know what I'm saying? Leo Santa Cruz was smiling per usual, as he always do. I think in boxing in the last 10 years, the two guys with the biggest, brightest smiles in boxing are Leo Santa Cruz and the man Adonis Stevenson. These guys look like they never have a problem or care in the world. Everything is all gravy, hunky-dory. Everything is A-OK, you know what I mean? So the man they clapping for Leo Santa Cruz. He's waving to the fans. Thanks for the support, whatever, right? Coming off a loss, right? But when the man Adrian Broner fought that man Maidana, got dropped twice, got his face swelled up, man, looked like the Elephant Man, or looked like the man Martin in the TV show Martin when he fought the man Tommy Hitman Hearns, right? Pummeled the man. The man's face was all bruised up. He got a battering of his life. But then again, don't forget, yes, the fight went 12 rounds. He ain't get KO'd, and Adrian Broner was winning the later rounds. He fought a valiant fight. That's some real warrior shit what the man did. And really and truly, Adrian Broner has never displayed that type of, going out on his sheer warrior mentality ever since that Maidana fight. If he loses, it's going to be losing a safe fight like he did versus Pacquiao and Sean Porter and Mikey Garcia, you know what I mean? But when Adrian Broner lost that fight, walking into the locker room, what did them fans in San Antonio do? A pro-Mexican city, pro-Mexican crowd. What did they do? They threw bottles of beer at the man, Adrian Broner, man. Till this day, that shit happened December 2013. I'm still disgusted with how the fans showed for themselves that particular night in San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? They threw bottles of beer at the man. You know, they were basically shielding the man, Adrian Broner, like Marvin Hagler over there in the United Kingdom when he fought the man Alan Minter, when he finally became an undisputed middleweight champion. You know what I'm saying? In the early 80s. What was that, 1980? Okay? That's basically, they were shielding the man. They had guys covering Adrian Broner because they were throwing bottles. The man just got his ass whooped. Maidana, who was a Hispanic fighter from Argentinian, now Mexican, they man won the fight. What's the point of kicking a horse when it's down? You know what I mean? Beating the horse when it's down. You check it. That was disgusting. Them same fans did not have the same energy for the man Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz, he got knocked out. He got KO'd, slumped. But the fans showed a lot of adulation for him. But Adrian Broner, who fought like a warrior that particular night, they threw bottles at him. They did the same thing in Arizona too. Phoenix, Arizona, in the Danny Jacobs versus Julio Cesar Chavez fight. But listen, even though it was wrong, they first started throwing bottles of beer at Julio Cesar Chavez, which is still wrong. although he cheated and quit out of that fight. But they also did threw bottles at the man Danny Jacobs, who's the winner. He won the fight. They threw bottles at him. This was just last year. You know what I'm saying? So those are the double standards and hypocrisy sometimes in boxing, you know. Not every Hey, and I'm gonna give y'all another story right quick before I seal this video. You know what I mean? I thought it was funny to me. So last night, of course, you know what I mean, was a fight, pay-per-view fight. So I have some Hispanic neighbors, right? And while I was here last night, I heard a lot of people coming to their house. Okay, I seen a lot of people coming to their house. You know, there was beers. They had beers. They had food. They were about to have a fight party, which is all well and fine, which is great, right? I love when people have a fight party. You know what I mean? Casuals, hardcores, whatever. Now, they were loud as shit. Kids, they had kids. It was a festive atmosphere, you know. Then this was before the fight started, of course. You know what I mean? People just pouring into that house. You know what I'm saying? To watch the fight, and they were all happy and stuff. So last night, I'm here watching the fight. The man Tank Davis got KOs this man Leo Santa Cruz. Man, before even Javante Davis gave his post-fight interview, before even the man Leo Santa Cruz probably even woke up, I just heard my Hispanic neighbor's door. I heard him leaving. You know what I'm saying? I heard all them guests leaving, and I could tell they were not in a good mood. As happy and loud as they were coming into that particular house for the fight party, getting ready to watch the fight in the festive, they were in a festive mood or whatever. You know what I mean? Leaving that house when the fight was over, it was quiet, dogs. Very quiet. I ain't even hear nobody say bye. You know what I'm saying? It was funny to me, man. That shit was just funny to me. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. This a real live talk I'm talking. You know what I mean? This happened for real. You check it. All them guests left that house. Mothers, women, men, children. They weren't quite as happy as they were coming into that house. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? That's just an observation I peeped last night. You know what I mean? You check it. All right, let me read the chat one time. Mr. Doc says DeMarco or Khabib is AB's best win, in my opinion. Yeah, it was his best wins and his best performances. Because the Paulie Malignaggi fight, a lot of people thought he lost that fight. I remember that fight distinctively. June 21st of 2014. You know how I remember that? It was on my birthday. I lied. It wasn't 2014. It was like, was it? No, it wasn't 2014. It was 2013. Yeah, 2013. That's when that fight happened. Or maybe it was 2014. Yes, it was 2014. It was 2014. Yep. Yeah, those are his best wins because those was also his best performances. Mr. Doc says, I'd probably say Khabib, to be honest. I thought Khabib beat Vargas. So did I. I had him beating Jesse Vargas. So then Pacquiao Bradley on the card. Mr. Doc says, was it Preacher Man on the Spurs team? Who's Preacher Man? Terry Cummins? Yeah, he was. Terry Cummins was on them teams, and so was Chuck Person. You know what I mean? Yep. Yes, indeed. Those were the teams before Tim Duncan came over there to the Spurs and got David Robinson a couple rings. You know what I mean? You check it. So, yes, indeed. Yeah, Mr. Doc says the Rifleman. Absolutely. Rifleman was a bad MF, man. And especially on Indiana. Those was his best years. You know what I mean? I remember a classic game. Game 5. This was when the first round playoffs back in the day used to go best of 5. And the Indiana Pacers played the Boston Celtics. This was 1991. And them fellas, the Rifleman. Chuck Person said he's coming to the Boston Garden. He said he's going bird hunting. You know what I'm saying? He said he's going bird hunting. And that series went 5 games. And in game five, Larry Bird busted his face on the Boston Garden parquet floor, you know what I'm saying? Going for a loose ball, went slam, face to the concrete. And if you know anything about Larry Bird, that's what eventually took a toll on his career. It was the rough and rugged style of how he played. You know what I'm saying? He all just throwing his body everywhere, you know what I mean? Sacrificing his body for the love of the team and the game, you know what I mean? That's why his body broke down. But the rifleman said he's going bird hunting, and he was giving the Celtics work, and the man Larry Bird smashed his face into the parquet floor in the Boston Garden, and he had to go to the locker room. We thought he ain't coming back, and the rifleman was lighting us up. They looked like they was about to beat the Boston Celtics, man. But Larry Bird came back with his Celtics warm up, took that shit off, and came and started giving them work. And this was an older, injured, past his prime Larry Bird. And we won the series, man. Those are some of the greatest memories I have in basketball, period. Not just as a Celtics fan, basketball, period. Oh, Mr. Doc, you remember that shit. Yep. Oh, against the Celtics. That Pacers Celtics series was good. Absolutely, man. The Rifleman was on one. And Reggie Miller was on them teams. And if y'all know, Reggie Miller wasn't even their best player at the time. He was one of their best players, but the Rifleman was the go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? Guys like George McLeod, another vicious sniper from three-point land. LaSalle Thompson. These were the guys. Vern Fleming. You know what I'm saying? I know my basketball shit just like boxing. You heard? Yeah, man. So let's get back to boxing. So Leo Santa Cruz, Karma's a MF. Hey, you got what you was looking for? Abner Maris is actually a smarter guy than he actually looks and seems, right? Because you remember Abner Maris was talking about he sees something in the man Tank Davis, and that fight was actually scheduled to happen. Then all of a sudden, the man pulled out talking about he has a detached retina and he's going to have to retire from boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Abner Maris said. Then 6 months later, he said his doctor has cleared him and he can come back to boxing. And he hasn't fought since 2018, Abner Maris. So why I say he's smart, it's because the man found out, yeah, fuck with the man, Tank Davis, being that he's a smaller fighter, is actually detrimental to your health. And you could get effed up real bad. You know what I mean? So him, Abner Maris at the time, and what's his name? Mikey Garcia was talking about they see something in Tank Davis, and Mikey Garcia he sees something in Errol Spence that they could exploit. Well, I think Abner Maris is the smarter dude because after he saw what happened with the man Mikey Garcia, he decided to pull out the detached retina kind of game plan. You heard? Yeah, man. So B March Boxing signing off, man. Salute to everybody. Big ups to everybody in the chat, Mr. Doc. Big ups to everybody in the chat. Garden of Love, PNC King. Leo Santa Cruz, he'll be back. I don't think he'll ever be the same ever again because being the same ever again means can he win another world title? Like I said, Leo Santa Cruz has never, ever till this day fought the best fighter in any division that he's held 4 paper title towels at. You know what I mean? He's never fought the best. And when you keep playing the fans like that, fronting like you want to fight the best of the best, and you're really not, then you'll suffer the consequences and you reap what you sow. Be Marsh Boxing, I'm gone. Peace.